I'm a little animated and a little passionate about what I do, so I'm going to be all over the place a little bit, so just be ready to follow me a little bit. I won't get too close to you, but I don't think I'll be able to stick around the mic very much. I do have a couple of things that I need to get out of my bag, though. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to have to be doubly good since you guys don't have a speaker next week. So that is what was going through my mind when you guys were saying that. So I'm like, man, the pressure's on now, so I'm going to have to do something really good. Not that I wouldn't be good anyway, but biggest thing that I want to do is I want to make sure that you guys know who we are. Kentucky Christian University is a university in Grayson, Kentucky. And we've had a football program since 2008. We've had 9 head football coaches in those years. A lot of turnover, okay? So what I'm going to tell you is it's a challenge over there. And so the first 2 years that I was there has been a challenge, and we're going into our 3rd year, and it's still a challenge. However, we have a new mindset, and we're going forward. Every year we go into a season, we have a new mindset. And that's kind of what I want to talk about, and who we are, what we are, and what we're all about. So, first thing I want you to know about me. I have been called to be greater. And you have been called to be greater. And the reason why I know that is because you still have breath in your lungs. It doesn't matter how old you are, whether you're 90 or whether you're 16, I still believe that you have a purpose in your life. So with that being said, like I said, I'm going to speak with purpose, I'm going to speak with passion, I'm going to speak with inspired action. But the first thing that I want to do is I want to read to you my purpose statement, okay? My purpose is to help all who I come into contact with to elevate their standards and discover how to become the best version of themselves. So the first thing that I'm going to do today is I'm going to make the greatest impression on you that I can make since I'm standing here. So my job, my purpose is to make you better for me being here today. That's my thought. That's the way I coach. That's the way we do things in our football program at Kentucky Christian University. So, like I said, I'm going to talk with passion. I'm going to talk with inspired action right now. I've been coaching for 25 years. 22 of those 25 years, I've been a head coach. If you don't know what a head coach is, most of you guys are business people. It's like a CEO for the football program. The buck stops here. I make all the decisions. I'm the one that tells people what the vision is, what the mission is, how we're going to get things done. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure all of our guys are prepared for game day. But I don't even call one play. And here's why. What I do is I make a decision to hire an offensive coordinator. I make a decision to hire a defensive coordinator. Now, my job, I could call all the offensive plays. I could play or call all the defensive plays. I choose to give my coaches that power. I empower people. And that's what we do as business owners, business people. We empower people to be great. And that's what I say. I'm called to be great. And so are you. So, what I do is I empower my coaches. I give them the ability to do great things. I hire an offensive coordinator. I hire a defensive coordinator. And I say, go do great things. I'm not going to call one play during a football game. But you know what I'm going to do? My job is the most important job, I think. I'm the head coach. I can lead that. All right? But my job is to drive the culture, drive our purpose to no end. Who are we? What are we doing? Where are we going? What's our mission? What's our vision? That's my job. And I take complete control of it, and I am excited about my job, and that's why I reached out to you guys. I want you guys to know who we are. I spoke with a young man here today and he didn't even know where Kentucky Christian University was. And it's not your fault. It's our fault. We need to be out here more. I need to be in this part of the state more. We're an hour and a half away, and you guys don't even know who we are. So that's what I'm saying. I'm passionate about what I do. I'm reaching out. I want you guys to know what I do. So 22 years as a head football coach, CEO for a program, and what I do is I inspire people. That's what I want to do. But when I got into it 25 years ago, first thing I wanted to do, I wanted to be the greatest offensive mind ever. We're going to chuck the ball all over the place. We're going to make, you remember a few years ago in Kentucky when Hal Mummy was in Kentucky and they were chucking the ball all over the place? They were doing great things, but they weren't winning championships because that's not what gets it done. And I know you guys think, oh, defense wins championship. No, that's not it. That's not it either. About halfway through my career, I found out what truly gets things done, what truly changes programs. And it's building a system of success that actually helps programs grow. And you know what I found out? I found out that it not only changes football programs, but it changes people's lives. So that's what I do. On a daily basis, I get to change 16 to 24-year-old young men's lives. And that's what I'm excited about. That's what I want to get out here and tell you guys what we're doing at Kentucky Christian University. So, here's what I do in a very small snippet. I build football programs, I coach individuals, and I change people's lives by inspired action. That is what I do. Here's how I do that. Here's a snapshot of what Kentucky Christian University football looks like. So, I'm going to talk about three things today. Performance pathway, how we hold our guys accountable, and the third thing is our clarity of purpose. Clarity of purpose is our culture. But I'm going to start with performance pathway. The performance pathway is the system for success. And that's what we do. We put a system of success in place to make sure our guys get the desired result. So, performance pathway, you have to set a culture. How do you set a culture? You need to have a purpose for your team. You have to have a purpose for your organization. You have to have a purpose for your life. A purpose is individual. Each person has a purpose. I just read to you my purpose statement. Okay? Each individual has a purpose. But as an organization, if you get everybody their individual purpose, not everybody's the same. So what you have to do as a CEO, as a head football coach, you have to give people a purpose. So that's what I talk about, clarity of purpose. That's coming. That's what I'm going to talk about. But when you talk about your purpose, what does that mean, coach? What do you talk about your purpose? What's your why? Why do you do what you do? And it has nothing to do with your job. Your job is what you do. Your why is why you do it. And that's what you have to do. You have to come up with something so great that everybody grabs onto it and says, let's go, let's do it. And that's what we've done at Kentucky Christian. We set our culture. The culture is called the clarity of purpose. Okay? Once we set that culture, then your culture drives your behavior. That's how you hold people accountable. And then your behavior produces the results that you're looking for. The desired results. Not just results, desired results. So that's the performance pathway. That's what we do right now. That's our system of success. Okay. Holding our guys accountable. How do you hold your guys accountable? Okay? Here's what we do. We hold our guys, and we tell them this from day one when we start recruiting them. We are going to hold you accountable mentally, physically, spiritually, every day you're on campus. 3 areas of their life, which is their whole life. First thing, mentally, we're going to make sure that they're going to get that degree. That's the first thing that we talk to them about. They're going to go to class. They're going to go to mentor meetings. They're going to go to tutoring sessions. They're going to do the things that they're supposed to do to make sure that they take care of getting that degree. Physically, sure, we're football players. We're going to lift. We're going to run. We're going to be in the weight room. We're going to do all the things that get our guys ready physically. However, I hold them accountable in a different area as well. One of the biggest things, most near and dear to my heart, is nutrition. Nutrition is key to building elite athletes. And I'm going to go as far as nutrition is key in building individual people. If we put the right stuff in our bodies, we're able to do involved, take away different things. That is key in our program, nutrition. I liken it to a Formula One race car. You guys know what Formula One racing is, correct? You ever seen a Formula One race car pull up to the corner gas station and pump in unleaded gasoline? No, not at all. They're going to put high performance fuel into that gas tank. Why? Because it's a high performance vehicle. And then I say to our guys, what kind of an athlete are you? Are you a high performance athlete? Are you an elite athlete? Or are you a 67 Compass? That's not a bad car back in 67, you know? However, right now in 2025, that runs on regular gasoline. So, that's what I say, nutrition is huge to us. And then the third area, spiritually. Mentally, physically, spiritually. Yes, we are a Christian school, Kentucky Christian University. Our guys have to go to chapel. That's great. But we're going to hold them accountable in a different way. We're going to make sure that they have a relationship with their Creator. And it's going to be modeled by the coaches. We are going to make sure that they know that there's a higher power at work and that they have to take those steps on a daily basis to be a great individual. That's what we're looking for. And we want passion in their hearts, in their minds, in their eyes when they are on campus. We're going to hold them accountable in those three areas: mentally, physically, spiritually. How do you do that, Coach? How do you hold these guys accountable? So I've got my purpose statement right here. On the other side of this is our goal sheet. We have mental goals, physical goals, spiritual goals. We break them down into primary and secondary goals. We have a semester goal, we have a weekly goal. For each one of these, and our guys get this right at the beginning of the semester, and we start talking to them about putting goals, writing goals down, making sure that they write them down, not just think about them in their head. Because there was a study at Harvard back in the 80s. They followed a group of individuals around for 10 years, from 82 to 92. They said, this group of people, you just think about your goals. This group of people, you write your goals down. This group of people, you're going to have you write your goals down, and then you're going to meet with somebody and be held accountable for meeting those goals. The group that just thought about their goals, they did okay in life. Second group, the ones that wrote their goals down, making double the amount of those people that just thought about their goals. The third group even doubled up the second group. And here's why. I'm not saying that writing down your goals is magical, but it's pretty magical. Because here's why. When you write down your goals and we have them read their goals every day, there's a thing in your brain called neuroplasticity. When you read something over and over and over and over and over, and even if it's a lie, you start believing it. You change the neuroplasticity in your brain to think a different way. And that's what we do with our guys. We not only have them write them down, but then what they do is they read them every day. And then you know what else they do? On a weekly basis, they get to sit down with their position coach and tell them about their goals. They're held accountable for their goals. We had one of the best semesters we've ever had this past semester, the spring semester. When I came in 2023, our first semester was horrendous with our GPA. It was probably a 2.1. Maybe we got over 2.0. All right? This past semester, this past spring, we have a 3.2 GPA, team GPA, which is directly, I'm telling you, it's because of their goals. It's because they write it down and they look at, okay, what's a mental goal? Well, we want to make sure that it's measurable and they know that they can do it. I want to get a 3.5 this semester. Okay, great. What's your secondary goal? What's your weekly goal? I'm going to turn my homework in every Wednesday to make sure that I have everything done. Great. Both very measurable goals. You know exactly what you're doing. That kid that did those goals, he just graduated. He's actually a GA for me. And he got a 3.75. Just get a 3.7, 3.75. or 3.5, but his goal was 3.75, and he's now a graduate assistant for me. Phenomenal kid. But he's done over and above what we asked him to do. So that's what goals do. That's what we have our gut. That's how we hold these guys accountable. It's incredible what goals do. So, holding guys accountable. That's number 2. Third area that I want to talk about, clarity of purpose. That is our team culture. To be clear of what your purpose is. And all the guys coming in go, I know what my purpose is. To be an all-American football player. That's not right. Your job is not to be a great football player. That is not your purpose. It's much greater than that. So, I'm going to describe our clarity of purpose like a team meeting. We do our clarity of purpose every day at the beginning of our team meeting because it's positive affirmations. We talk about it nonstop. We put it out of our mouth and we hear it and we say it and we believe it. So I'm going to explain to the just like a meeting. So it's going to be a little crazy. All right. So at 3 o'clock every day we have a team meeting. When my watch hits 3 o'clock, I blow my whistle. When they hear me blow my whistle, they hop to their feet and they start clapping and cheering, hooping, hollering, because we believe that positive energy drives everything. If we are positive about things, great things are going to happen. If we get a guy stand up and just like, I don't want to be here. See ya. Get out of here. We don't need that energy. Those people are called energy vampires. They suck the life out of you. You ever been around somebody like that? Don't like being around people like that. So we get the energy vampires out as fast as possible. And we can tell who's excited to be there. Because if you pop up and you start clapping and cheering, that guy's on my team. We don't have energy vampires around very long. So Monday is when our guys move in, this Monday. So we're going to see who the energy vampires are. We're going to get them out quick. Anyway, so they start clapping, cheering, hooting, and hollering. And as they're clapping, I yell out TOI. They yell back at me TOI. TOI is a mantra. It's like a battle cry for us. It stands for team over individual. It's all about the guy beside us. What we have to do is we have to get our guys in this world of everybody telling you how great you are as an athlete. Then you come into our program and they say, it's about this guy. We have to change the mindset. We have to get it to it's team. So every day, first thing we start with is team. TOI. Then I ask them 2 questions. First question I ask them is, who are we? They yell back at me, family. Well, family is kind of a generic term because everybody uses family. Okay? We describe what family is. It's an acronym. It stands for forget about me, I love you. It's all about the guy beside us. So, and not only that, but we describe what love is. We let them know what love is. Love is not a feeling. Love is an action. Because I'm going to love you, but I'm going to show you how I love you by the way I treat you. If I treat you bad, do I love you? Heck no. So our guys understand this. Forget about me, I love you. Then I ask them the second question. What's our mission? They yell back at me, to serve others. Now, we have to understand in this world, it's hard for young men, 16 to 24, to think about others. And that's why we change the neuroplasticity in their brain to think about others first. TOI, family, to serve others. Now, I'll even go as far as Matthew 20:28 in the Bible. It says, for the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve others. Jesus Christ came 2,000 years ago. We can all agree on that. He was here to serve, and he's still the greatest leader ever. We might want to serve to be great. So that's what we do. Our mission is to serve others. Then I go right into our 6 program goals. 6 program, now remember, we're in the middle of a meeting. This takes about 22 seconds of a meeting, but a little longer here. All right, we go right into our vision, our 6 program goals. And I say, program goal number 1, they yell back at me, be a man of integrity. First and foremost, if you cannot be a man of integrity, you will not make it in this football program. Then I say, program goal number 2, they say, graduate and have a life plan. Now, a lot of times, programs or universities that talk about graduate as a program goal. That's great. There's a lot of college grads right now without jobs. So it's our job as coaches, as holistic coaches, coaching the whole person, to be able to talk with them during that meeting time when we go over our goals. Guess what we're doing? We're going to talk to them about what they want to do with the rest of their life. And we're going to help them out. And we're the adults here, so we're going to help them. And I forgot to mention this as well. On the other side, here's our goals, mentally, physically, spiritually. Right here, these are our serves. Our mission is to serve others, so we're going to hold them accountable for serving. To serve others right here. We've got 15 weeks in our semester. They have to write out 1 serve a week. All we're doing is hold them accountable, and it's very simple. It's not something, I'm going to go to a soup kitchen right now. It's, I held the door open for my teacher. Great, write it down. I put the cart back at Walmart. Great, good job, put it down. It's service opportunities. We have to be mindful of serving others. So that's why all we do is just write it down. That's it. So, sorry, I got off track here. Program goal number 2, graduate and have a life plan. So now we're able to sit down with them and talk. Program goal number 3, Victory Bowl champions. We are part of the NCCAA as well, National Christian College Athletic Association. Their national championship is the Victory Bowl. So we think that's very important, so that's our program goal number 3. Program goal number 4, AAC Conference Champions. Program goal number 5, NAIA Playoffs. Program goal number 6, NAIA National Champions. Now, here's the playoff then. We're sitting here, we go, okay, so your program goal is to be an NAIA National Champion on the field. But you said your purpose is much greater than being a great football player. Here's the play. If your program goal number 6 is to win a national championship on the field, how are you going to go out there and practice? Hard? Like a national champion? How are you going to go to class if your program goal number 6 is to win a national championship? How are you going to go to class? Prepared like a national champion. How are you going to act on campus? Like a national champion. That's the clarity of purpose. Our clarity of purpose is not just to win a national championship on the football field. Our clarity of purpose is for our guys to wake up every day and every choice that they make to make it as a national champion. That's the clarity of purpose. That's our purpose. So if you put that all the way, let's go all the way back to the first thing, performance pathway. Okay? You have a purpose. What is our purpose? We're going to set this culture. Our culture is to be a national champion in everything that we do. Not just football, everything that we do. So we set a culture, be a national champion in everything we do. That culture drives behavior. Our culture now, in everything that we do, we become national champions. What's our behavior going to do? We're going to change our behavior. We're going to have great habits. We're going to be great on the football field. We're going to be great in the classroom. We're going to hold you accountable in these areas. That's how you change behavior. And behavior gets you desired results. Winning football games is a byproduct of doing great things off the field. That is what we're doing with the performance pathway as our system of success to make sure that our guys not only win on the field, but they win off the field as well.